Welcome to Seattle College's international programs and our show Conversations With, where we talk to people that help you understand how you too can be an international student in the United States and why Seattle Colleges should be your first choice. We'll talk to students and staff and agents and government folks, all kinds of people about what you can expect when you're getting ready to apply or travel here, what you'll experience while you're with us, and how it can all lead to an amazing life. Don't forget to check out the Seattle College's International Programs website at intl.seattlecolleges.edu, where you can find a treasure trove of information about the school, the programs here, and best of all, fill out and submit your application. Again, that's intl.seattlecolleges.edu. Hey everybody, welcome back to Seattle College's Conversations With here at Seattle Central College. And I'm excited because today we have back with us one of our blessed alumni. Welcome.
Thank you, Evan.
Yeah, can you tell everybody who you are and where you're from originally, both country and city? And then we'll go from there.
Sure. Thank you for having me.
Sure, yeah.
It's a pleasure. Yes. My name is Michael. Well, I go by Michael. I was originally from Taiwan, Taipei. My Chinese name, Mandarin, Chen Pingjun. But people have been calling me Michael since I was young. I think it's from my parents. Mm-hmm. They started calling me Michael, so I just go by Michael.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
All this time.
My Chinese name is Fan Anwen.
Anwen.
Yeah.
Anwen.
So my last name is Franulovich, and then they used Fan.
Evan.
Yeah. And Anwen for, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I haven't been to Taiwan. You grew up in the big city then?
Yes.
Taipei.
Yes.
Wow. So
maybe you've seen that guy, Alex, who just climbed.
Yes.
The tallest building.
Yeah, he climbed the tallest. Yeah. Alex Honnold, yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to Alex Honnold.
Right.
Yeah. Have you been in that building before?
Yes.
And it's super tall.
It was the tallest building when it was finished, I think for a few years. Until the thing in Dubai.
Burj Khalifa was built. Mm-hmm. Yes. Bummer. Well, you guys can build a bigger one next. But I think there's already a bigger one in somewhere.
Saudi Arabia, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm trying to do something like a mile tall.
Can you imagine?
Right.
Unbelievable. All right, well, let's go back to when you were growing up just a little bit in Taiwan. But before we do, I would like to just do a little getting to know you really fast.
Sure.
I'm just going to ask you this or that, and you tell me which one you prefer. This will give people a little insight into who you are.
Sure.
So are you coffee or tea person?
Coffee.
What? I thought for sure you were going to say tea. Man, all right. Mountains or beach?
Mountains.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. You guys have big mountains in Taiwan?
Yes.
What's the tallest, like Mount Rainier tall?
It's the Jade Mountain, Yushan.
Yeah.
I think it's more than 3,000 meters.
Okay.
And I think Taiwan has has the highest density of mountains beyond 3,000 meters in the region. It's a small island, but because of all these geological activities, a lot of mountains, beautiful, majestic mountains.
And if I remember correctly, the west side of the island, it kind of builds up to those mountains. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
I knew you were going to say that.
Right.
Books or movies?
Books.
Yeah.
Books.
Are you reading anything right now?
Not now.
Okay.
But I just finished listening to some audiobook.
I love audiobooks. Yeah. Do you commute a lot?
Not
drive
really.
around?
My commute is super short.
Super short. All right. Yeah. I mean, audiobooks or podcasts are great when you're in the car.
Right here,
Yay, Seattle College's Conversations With. Okay, texting or phone calls?
I would say half and half. Depends. Depends on what.
So when you want to communicate with your better half?
Phone calls. Definitely.
Phone calls. All right. Good.
Yes.
Cats or dogs?
Can I say birds?
You can say birds. You're the first one ever to say birds.
Yeah.
You have a bird?
I used to. Yes. I just love all kinds of birds. Just I will, admire birds on the street.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Right, because cats, dogs, I'm not really either cat person, dog person.
Sure.
Right.
So birds, you didn't have one as a pet. You just like them in the outdoors.
I had a few as pets.
You did?
Right.
Do you know what kind they were?
The first one was a budgie.
Ah.
Yes. And then we rescued. There was a zebra finch.
Ah, I love zebra finches.
And also a sparrow, just a regular house sparrow outside.
Nice.
Right. Yes.
Cool. My grandmother used to have a bird, a parakeet, I believe, and that thing would squawk. Oh, man.
Yes.
But she loved that bird. All right. How about city or country?
I also say half and half.
Yeah. Well, you
Right.
grew up in the city,
Right?
but you like the country.
Yes.
Do you guys
It's a
get up
mixture.
into the mountains or out go hiking?
Sometimes when I was young with my family, yes. But I think I like the balance.
Right.
Right. And now I would say more of a, countryside feeling I like
Yeah.
than the hustle and bustle of cities
All right. Fair enough.
as I get older.
Adventure or chill at home?
Also depends on mood. Oh, those are difficult.
I know, right? It's hard to choose.
Right. I guess adventures more.
Me too, I would say.
Yes.
All right. Summer or winter?
I was just thinking about that recently, actually. I used to be a winter person completely. But now, as I age,
Yeah.
it's more like a spring
Spring kind of a person.
yes.
Yeah. Because it's hot in Taiwan, right?
It's really hot and humid. Right.
How's winter, though? Like in Taipei, does it get cool? Does it snow ever?
It feels cold.
Oh,
It feels
okay.
really chilly because of humidity and the rains. So it can get quite chilly too. But I got really tired of putting all those heavy coats, hats and all that stuff, and just kind of gloomy outside. Right.
Fair enough. Okay, last one. Cooking at home or eating out?
Cooking at home.
Are you the cook or your better half?
We both.
You're both. You split the duties, huh?
Yes, we both. Or together we'll make something.
And do you tend to have a wide variety of dishes, or do you focus on, do you choose a lot of Chinese food, or
No, absolutely not. We do kind of mixed cooking. It's just whatever we have. Of course, we'll sometimes plan what we kind of want to eat, but no, just less dishes, but just more kind of creativity.
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite things about living in China was the food was amazing. Have you ever seen the movie Eat, Drink, Man, Woman? It's a movie from Taiwan. Taiwanese
Is that
director.
really old?
It's pretty old, yeah. Probably 80s, 90s.
And Lee, I think from his movie.
I think so, yeah.
I never seen that.
It's a great movie. You should check it out.
Okay, I'll put it on my list.
Put it on your list.
Yes.
All right, great. So you were in China as a high school student. Where did you go to high school?
Taiwan.
Yeah.
Taiwan.
Oh, where did I say?
China.
Oh, sorry. So
The
when you were
Republic of China, I guess.
Sorry, guys.
Because nowadays, when we say China, people tend to think the
Right.
Right.
Okay, so you're in Taiwan and you're going to high school. Where did you go to high school?
This Heping Junior High School.
Shout out to Heping Junior.
Right.
And you graduated, you got your diploma there.
Nope.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I never did.
Oh,
I never
okay.
did. Right. So my story is I've always wanted to study abroad, particularly here in the United States. It's just my kind of dream, my vision. I really wanted to study here in this environment, university. So one day I saw, there was a poster on the wall in school, say, exchange student in America, 1 year high school. So I started looking online, all these things, and turned out you can apply for the scholarship program because it's part of the United States government sponsored program.
Yeah.
So I just did that. I talked to my parents, say, hey, look, I found this thing. I want to do it. So okay, I went. And long story short, I got the scholarship. And so I came here for 1 year. That was the second year in high school. So what's that? Sophomore year? Sophomore year? Right. I think so. Actually, no, because in Taiwan, I was in the, let me see, 10th year.
Okay,
grade.
so you're going into your 11th
So it's actually 11th,
junior
so
year.
that's junior year, right? Junior year. So they send me, because you cannot choose where you want to go. So they send me to high school in Kentucky.
But you knew it was going to be the United States.
Yes, it was somewhere one of the states.
Kentucky, okay.
Right. I remember Benton, Kentucky, Marshall County High School.
All right.
So,
shout out to Marshall. Yeah.
So I was there for 1 year.
Oh.
I stayed with a host family, local host family. Yeah, that was quite an experience.
Was it a good experience?
I would say yes. It's
good.
Really, that year I learned so much about the real American culture.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real American life there, American family.
Sure.
I was one of the only 2 Asians in that high school.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So it was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Cool to see actually everything.
And how was your English when you arrived?
Okay.
Because your English is great now, is it?
Thank you.
Good.
I've always liked English.
Mm-hmm.
I was really crazy actually.
Yeah.
I would be, subscribing to those magazines. I'm not that young, so I would be listening to the CD and just reading, highlighting the words.
Oh, cool.
And I always liked English, so I spent a lot of time just to get myself a little better.
Right.
But when I first came, I couldn't understand what they were saying.
Right.
I had such a hard time. I was thinking, wow, it's terrible. Right, but
their accents alone. I mean, they speak a little differently.
Yes, and they just, people speak so much faster and different idioms and usage, I would say.
Yeah.
Right. But, after some time, you started to get to pick up things. Mm-hmm. And now I was in that environment, having classes on English, right? Or doing biology, math, all kinds of cool things, American history, American government.
Yeah.
So that was, I started to, and to build confidence.
Sure.
Yes.
One of the cool things about going to school in the United States is you get electives. Like you can be in band or you can take home economics. What were the electives that you chose to take while you were there?
Oh, that's a cool question because I joined, they have this called TSA. Not those guys at the airport.
Not the airport guys.
Yeah, it was called the Technology Student Association.
Oh, okay.
Right, because I was taking this class, architectural design.
Oh, cool.
We're designing rooms, buildings, hotels on the computer using the CAD software.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and then we actually went. I built this model of a house, ideal kind of house for retirement, and I was able to advance to the regional competition.
Wow.
Of all Kentucky. Yeah, so I actually went to Louisville, this bigger town there, and for the state competition.
Wow.
And we ended up going to Dallas,
Texas?
Yes, for the national competition. Me and
very cool.
Yes, that was a really cool experience. But that's where we ended.
Still, that's cool. Pretty impressive.
Really cool. Yes.
Wow. So this was a class? You got to learn CAD and do all these great things? That's cool.
Yeah, the class is to learn CAD. There's TSA, things like a club, like a student organization, like you have here, like a central.
Sure.
Something like that, yes.
Very cool. What was the name of the exchange program you were with?
It was, I don't know if they still have, it's called the AYUSA.
AYUSA.
Academic Year in the USA.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I was an exchange student myself when I was a junior in high school. I went to Belgium, but I was with the Rotary International Program, which was fantastic. It was a great year. Shout out to Belgium.
Belgian chocolate.
Chocolate, pommes frites, beer.
Nice.
It was great. Yeah. Well, cool. So you never really went home then? You came, you did high school here, and then you just stayed?
So after that year in high school, I was, people told me from people from the program, and I was just also looking for a way to apply for college here.
Oh, sure.
To continue my education here.
Right.
Because I can just go back, redo the high school year, and continue to graduate and move on, right?
Right.
But of course, I had to look for other opportunities as well. So that's where I found, they told me, say, hey, look, there's this college in Seattle. They accept students under 18.
Yes.
Because I was 17. So I looked up, I filled out my application, talked to my family, because, this program wasn't sponsored, covered by scholarship.
Right.
I will be coming here as an international student.
Exactly.
So, but compared to four-year universities like UW, right, the tuition is like much less.
Right, exactly.
Right. So yes, I was able to get here, and that's when I started my journey here at Central.
Wow.
Back in 2006.
2006. It's been a while.
I'm getting ancient.
So you applied to Seattle Central. You got accepted to the high school completion program?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Right. So I got 2 diplomas actually from Central.
Right.
For my AA degree and high school.
So when you do, I know the answers to this question, but our listeners might not know, when you do a high school completion program with Seattle colleges, are there any additional classes you have to take to get your high school diploma, or any additional tests you have to take, or do you just do your university work?
There were, I remember maybe a few, just 1 or 2 maybe, because they look at my transcript from the high school in Kentucky and also transcript from Taiwan, from high school in Taiwan. So they will kind of calculate and take a look at what classes I already fulfilled in order to earn the high school diploma here
Gotcha.
from Washington State. So I think I ended up taking an extra 1 or 2 lessons. I don't remember exactly what. Maybe English. Maybe something else.
All right, fair enough.
But it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
Right.
So the way the high school completion program works, if you guys are out there listening, it's an amazing program, I think. You would agree, it seems like.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you are at least 16 years of age by the first day of class, and you can apply up to a year in advance. So you could actually apply when you're 15. So as long as you're 16 years of age by the first day of class and you carry a B average wherever you're doing your secondary school, you can stop doing your high school in your home country or wherever you are. Could be Kentucky. Come to Seattle, get started on your first 2 years of university work, and at the end, what kind of a degree did you get?
I got an AA in business administration.
Nice.
Right. And the high school diploma.
Yeah. So you'll get a transfer degree and an associate degree that you can use to transfer to your next school.
Right.
Right. Had you ever heard of community colleges before you started looking into this?
Not really.
Not really?
Right. Because this concept, and at least in Taiwan, it's not usually when you talk about community college, people think of like a continued education for adults, for grown-ups, right? To go back to learn something fun, right? But here it's totally something really cool.
Right. Yes. Yeah, we do offer some of the kind of thing we do have called like what do they call it? It's not continuing education, but like night classes that you can kind of take for fun, like learn how to scrapbook. But that's not usually what our international students are doing. Those are more people that live nearby. But we do have things like the 2+2, where you're doing the first 2 years and transferring. We've got the high school completion. We have vocational technical. So where do you work?
Where do I work?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm working for the airline EVA Air.
EVA Air.
Yes, if people don't know that, it's an airline from Taiwan.
Right.
Yes. So.
And I only mention that because one of our really popular programs with international students is airframe and power plant, or aviation maintenance, which is something like your company would use. Yeah. So if you're from Taiwan and you just want to learn how to work on commercial aircraft, you could come do our 2-year program and then go to work. I
didn't know they had that program at South. I would have gone there.
It's a great program.
Later I found, look, it's right there.
Right. And we do have students that come here because we have such a huge aerospace industry in the city. We have a lot of students come do aerospace engineering at Seattle colleges, then transfer either out of the state or they'll go to UW or something, keep doing their engineering. But we'll talk more about EVA Air in just a minute.
No problem.
So you did your 2 years, and then you had to make a decision about where to go next. Where did you decide to transfer to?
Right. So Evan mentioned this 2+2, right? So I think it's really, really cool. It's definitely for if you haven't heard about that, it's really a nice program because you get your associate degree, transfer degree, right, from community college, and then you can move on to a traditional 4-year university to finish the later 2 years. So I've always been interested in the aviation industry. I've always, when I was younger, I'm a normal boy, right?
Sure.
I have my normal childhood, so I wanted to be a train driver, an astronaut, a pilot,
of course.
Right? So,
me too.
So yes, I read a lot about aviation. I was playing on those flight simulator things before.
Cool.
Right. So I found this aviation management major from Southern Illinois University.
Oh.
Right. So eventually I transferred to Southern Illinois University, SIU, but they are in Illinois, right? But I've never been there because they have different campuses. So I ended up going to one of the campuses in Southern California.
Oh, right. Southern Illinois has a campus in California. Right. That's interesting.
Right. But yes, so I transferred to Southern Illinois, SIU, to do the aviation management major.
Oh, okay.
Right. So that's 2-year program, and I got a Bachelor of Science in Aviation Management.
Oh, very cool. What city in California?
That was in San Marcos, north of San Diego.
Nice. Yes. That's a really nice area.
It's, pretty hot in summer.
Yeah. I like the area, though. I mean, Southern California, I think, is pretty cool. So how did you even hear about that program?
So again, research is key. Research.
Yeah.
So I know I wanted to study this thing, right? So I found there are not too many schools at that time, right? There is the famous Embry-Riddle.
Of course.
Like the most expensive, right? So due to, I guess, financial constraints and other things, right? I found there's this SIU, and they have this program, and why Southern California, right? So I guess I'll share because when I was here in Central, I met my future wife.
Oh, love is in the air.
Right.
Yeah.
So she was also transferring to a school there. So we decided to, I'll do.
And she was an international student.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. Yes. So we kind of moved there. We were doing her school, my school there. So yes, that's where I.
Which school did she transfer to?
She was going to this one of the UC schools.
Okay. Like Long Beach, Riverside.
I think it was UCSD.
Okay.
UCS, right, San Diego.
San Diego.
Right there. Yeah.
Very cool. Yes. Wow. And what was her degree in?
She's doing this social and human services program.
Yes. So you guys were on the same year and semester or quarter, whatever? You guys graduated the exact same time? Or was there a lag?
No, there's a little lag.
Oh, okay.
Right. But we just met here.
You just met here. Nice.
Yes.
Did you meet like in a club, or did you just happen to run into each other in the halls or in a class? How'd you guys meet?
I was kind of doing a student worker thing at the bookstore.
Oh, yeah. So you had a job on campus.
Yes.
Ah, very cool.
Yes. And then one day she kind of walked into, looking for books and stuff. And then I was, we were hiring at that time. And she asked me, so it turned out we were looking. So she got a job working there.
What?
Right.
So you guys worked together?
Yes.
That's
and then we
awesome.
took some classes together. Right. Yes.
Just went from there. Very cool. But your wife is not from the United States, right? She's from which country?
She was from Russia originally.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes. She's kind of half Russian, half Ukrainian.
Right.
From the border there.
Right.
Yes.
Does she speak Chinese?
She tried.
She tried
to take some lessons. Right.
And how's your Russian?
Like many of people. Many of you. She couldn't get the tones quite right. So she's saying,
这个非常难. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
And how's your Russian or Ukrainian?
Is better than her.
Is that right?
Right, because I had to. Because we were living in Russia for some times. Maybe we'll get back to this.
Right. Yes. All right. Well, very cool. So you went there. You guys both graduated with your bachelor's degrees. Then what did you decide to do? Did you go right to work, or did you go for a master's degree?
So actually, I want to add one thing. So after I finished Seattle Central here, I applied for 1 year to do the OPT.
Oh, very cool.
Right. If you mentioned that.
Yes, OPT is really important. Yes. A lot of people want to do OPT. Okay. Maybe tell the listeners, in case they've never heard my show before, what is OPT?
Oh, get a little rusty. Optional practical training, right?
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
Yes. So,
but what is it?
So I was doing a business major, millennial accounting, economics. It's cool. I like those lessons. And so OPT allows you an opportunity to work officially here for 1 year after your school, right after your study.
Right.
So I was doing working for the international marketing here. with Leslie, Johan, and other Mizue.
Right here in international programs.
Yes, right. So I was doing in the international marketing, so utilizing what I learned, doing kind of marketing stuff, trying to reach out to students overseas, just, trying to answer their questions if they have anything about coming to study here.
Sure, yeah,
Tell them about life, like what you're doing here.
Right.
Yes.
And that was full-time work?
Yes.
40 hours a week?
I think it was almost 40 hours.
Wow.
Right, because basically it allows you to just work, not as a student, but just work. To legally work here, applying what you learned on the job for 1 year.
Sure. Right. So working in international programs, did you have the opportunity to travel at all? Did they send you on any recruiting trips or?
No, because I was mostly doing those. We had a ask a student. I think it's similar to this, what you're doing conversation with.
Right.
So we would get students who would email us, right, with questions, maybe about transferring, about what programs you have,
right,
how it's like living here in Seattle, and we would just reply with a few of us. We just answer with our experience. And
very cool.
Right, what we know, yes.
Okay, so you did your 2 years, you did OPT, then you transferred.
Right.
Go ahead.
So after I graduated, after I got my bachelor degree, so I started to, my story is kind of quite unusual.
Okay.
Orthodox, I would say.
That's what makes it interesting.
Right. But I started to look for a job, right? So I had a few experiences, but eventually I got this job with Merck, Sigma Aldrich. It's part of the Merck Group, this international German big pharmaceutical company, right? So because I think I would like to blame on location because of course I was looking for jobs with airlines, airports, and the industry.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
But at that time, San Diego, I guess there just wasn't that many opportunities, mostly more about technical jobs, like engineering stuff. So if you want engineering, I think that's a really good field too. Right. So I went for interview and I was offered this opportunity to work for them. It's a biotech company.
Yeah.
So what I was doing is I applying my management skill, I guess, because aviation management, the core is management. Right? So I was doing this production planning for them. They produce antibodies to diagnose cancers, kinds of things, right? But the number thing, the analytical thing, all this is the same. So I was doing this for them for some time, right? And that was really cool because it's a really nice company, and they have a lot of money, right?
Can you spell it? Is it MERCK?
The parent company is Merck. Yes.
Okay.
I was working with one of their
subsidiaries.
Yes. It's called Cellmark.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's actually somewhere in Northern California. We moved a lot. We're kind of crazy people.
Sure.
Adventurous, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And when you say Northern California, you're talking about north of San Francisco or?
Sacramento.
Oh, it's in Sacramento. Okay.
Yeah, Sacramento. And I tried the airport there too, but the airport is kind of small at that time.
Sure.
Right. So it's kind of sad, but that was really cool because I get to learn, they have really good benefits and I get to learn and meet all these people and just applying what I can contribute.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I learned a lot.
So what would you say was the number one lesson you learned at Cellmark?
Cellmark.
Yeah. What would you say?
They got bought actually. They now is part of the Sigma Aldrich.
Oh, okay.
Sigma Millipore. Yes. I think that's what I like about this country, working for the companies here. If you actually work hard, you have the skills and talents, and you actually try to do a good job, the superiors, they would see that, right? And they would like to utilize your skill for better things. They actually pay for it, right? They appreciate your skills, what you can bring to the table, to the team. Right. So, yes, I was lucky. I got really nice coworkers, really nice supervisors. I was promoted within 1 year.
Nice.
To do this kind of management planning thing for their entire production. And, those are quite expensive. One little package, right, one little vial maybe several $1,000s.
Oh my gosh.
So you had to be really careful with all the numbers, many things. You have to consider the material, raw materials, how long this lead time we need to buy them and how much you can produce and stuff. Yes.
And do they last? Is their shelf life very long, or do they have to be used fairly quickly?
Yes. So it's an inventory thing, what I learned here, right? From accounting. Right, yes. So basically just utilize all you learn. So it's really cool when you can utilize what you learn and actually build on that. To try to make yourself better.
Sure.
Work-wise and as a person. So I was doing that through this work. I really liked it.
So you took a number of classes while you were at Seattle colleges. So maybe what was one of the most enjoyable and useful classes that you later used at work that you applied later?
A lot of lessons, actually. For example, all the core business lessons, accounting, even till now, I'm still using those. I love Excel.
Yeah.
I use Excel things or Google Sheets to do my, finance stuff, personal finance things, right?
Sure.
And economic, just the concept, knowing some things, how society works. But the main thing I really remembered was environmental science, because there I learned a whole lot about how our attitude should be towards our surroundings, the environment. Right? That was really cool lesson with this really big book. And the instructor was kind of interesting. Yes, I learned a lot about that.
That's cool.
Yes, right. There's so many lessons here. I remember there was international relations and just all these cool things. Even till today, I would think about that still. Yes.
So it's a real school. Right. We are a real university.
Of course.
Community colleges are university work, and we have to.
It's always better because you get to meet all the different people. Yeah, I had a older guy. I say old, it's just not really old, but he was from France. And I was kind of learning some French from him. And there's just all kinds of people. You get to get these different voices, different perspectives. You don't get that in normal school because you're just all the same age, maybe.
Right.
So you get the whole spectrum.
So because you were younger when you got to Seattle colleges, what did you do for housing?
Okay, so when I started, I was underage, so I had to legally to stay in one of those host family.
So you had a homestay.
That was the program. Yes, homestay for until I became of age, right?
Right.
Then I was renting apartments, right? Sometimes with roommates, with classmates, or some friends I know. Yes, right.
Cool. Near campus?
Yes, on Capitol Hill.
Right in this area.
Yes.
That's awesome. And then, sometimes those kinds of things cost a lot of money, and you were working, but did you also apply for scholarships while you were here?
Yes, I did.
How'd you do?
I got it. Yeah, nice, right.
Which one did you get?
It was, I have to say, it wasn't really that much, but it's something good to have, and I appreciate that, right? So I forgot.
Is it the foundation scholarship?
I think it's one of those. Yes. So it's just something nice to have because it always helps.
Right.
Because not all of us come from, well-doing families, right? Right. Yeah. So I was doing a little bit of student work thing, but I do want to say you are here to study.
Of course.
So you should try to consider that fact and don't try to overthink, Oh, I need to make money, right? I need to get this money.
Right.
Later you can make money.
Sure.
You'll be working, right?
Well, we limit the number of hours you can work at 20 hours per week. And usually I would say most of our international students are working somewhere in the 8 to 15 hour range. So it's not generally it's not a ton of work, so we'll keep you studying because that's right. Exactly. We want you to study. But then definitely apply for scholarships. The foundation scholarship we have every year, you can apply for it every year, and it's open right now. So if you're an existing student listening to the show, don't forget to apply for the foundation scholarship. That door closes in March, so you still have another month or so to apply. Make sure you do. It's free money. And if you're at South Seattle College, the South Seattle Foundation Scholarship will open up in March and go through May. So you can apply for that one as well. Nice. There's actually 2 there. So, yeah, lots of scholarship money out there. Luermark has a spring scholarship that's coming up. Check our scholarships page on our website. Well, that's really good.
Yeah, I kind of follow the page. I feel there are more opportunities.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
And allow me to just say one thing.
Please.
In light of the recent, this immigration debates, right? I do want to say, don't try to work illegally.
Don't do that.
Just
bad idea.
Don't even because I know sometimes it's kind of tempting for some of us to go to some little coffee shops here or there. It's just appreciate your opportunities here. Do what you're supposed to do here, really, and use your talents the right way.
Right. Thanks. Good. Yeah. And the nice thing about Seattle colleges, one of the advantages we have is we have 3 different campuses and a district office. So there's 4 places you can look for work. You got to give it a little time. You have to apply, interview, get hired. But if you're patient and you're persistent, you can find something to do. You were at the bookstore, which is very cool. How was that experience?
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you met your wife too, but the work was pretty...
Well, that's my first time doing those cashier things.
Oh.
Right? So, and later on, they gave me this to buy back. So when students finish the class, you can sell their book.
Oh, sure.
Somebody else can use. Right. So it's also something, I would say it's also business, right? And doing the customer service. But like you say, you get to experience this, what happens in the culture, in the society, actually. You go through this interview process.
Right.
You fill out the paperwork, right? Legally, everything you just kind of clear, kind of prepare you, doesn't matter where you would stay here in the future or go somewhere else, go home, some other countries. You just learn how to survive, how to deal with the system.
Right. So when you were at Seattle colleges, we have a lot of leadership opportunities. We have a lot of clubs. Did you participate in any of those things?
Yes.
What did you participate in?
Yes. I kind of feel like guilty. It's too busy, I guess.
No, that's good.
I also applied for the student leadership. Yes. It's right above from the bookstore. And it was called the SOURCE, Student Organizations Resource Council. Are they still there?
I think so.
I haven't seen that, right. So yes, I was part of the team members.
Oh.
Right. So basically, we kind of look at all the clubs, student organizations on campus, and we allocate the resources to them.
Oh, cool.
It was my coworkers' team. I wouldn't say coworkers. They're just also other international students and students from here, right? So it was kind of cool because you get to also experience a little teamwork in that environment.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
Yeah, I highly recommend if you are an existing student or if you're coming soon, get involved. It's a great way to meet other people. Sometimes you get paid depending on the job.
Yes.
That's really good. So when you transferred, were you offered any transfer scholarships? When you did like Southern Illinois, did they say, oh, you're coming from Seattle colleges? We offer a transfer scholarship if your grades are a certain level. Was anything like that?
Not from SIU, but I know many schools do that.
Okay.
Right? But what happened is, they didn't have this, but they would, again, look at all my transcripts.
Yes.
Right, including my A degree, what lessons I took, and then to make sure, you are properly bridged to your bachelor's study. So they will also just say, okay, make sure you took all the core requirements, basic thing like English, math, and other things. Make sure you are good to go. So that's one thing their advisors and here at Central in the transferring school, they will help you to that. So make sure you are good to go when you transfer to the new school.
Right.
Right.
Did you, sometimes we have 2 transfer fairs here at the school per year. Did you happen to meet a recruiter that came to one of those transfer fairs, or this was all online research that you did?
Because I think this school is kind of little known.
Yeah, I would agree.
For this degree, right. So, but I did go to one of the transfer fairs.
You did?
And I talked to some people there. I think there was some people from CSU, San Diego, from the CSU system, California State University.
Yeah.
Because I was just kind of thinking, okay, maybe I want to go there. Right. But that was a really nice thing. I think you just recently had one, right?
You just had one, yes.
Right. So that's a great opportunity to talk to those people.
Take advantage.
Ask questions.
Right. Yeah, they come from all over the country. Honestly, all over the country. We have one in the fall. We have one in the winter. I urge you to go to these transfer fairs. It's great information that they give you.
Right.
They can tell you about their scholarships, about their programs. Places you may not have even heard of are there, and really good to consider.
But main thing, be prepared. We live in 2026, right?
That's a good point.
Just do all the research you can, and then you can go talk to them. Prepare questions so you kind of know something just to get clarified. So they can answer your question to the point. Right?
Yeah.
That would help a lot, I think.
That's great advice. Really great advice.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. You now work for EVA Air. Is EVA Air, right? Am I saying it right?
Officially, they say it's the EVA. EVA. But
I'm in
like
such
EVA,
a habit,
right?
so yeah, it's good to do it.
Right, EVA's much cuter.
But so their headquarters is in Taiwan.
Yes.
But there's a big presence here.
Right, they have this branch office in Seattle, right? Because Seattle is one of the earliest gateway from Taipei. They started serving Seattle since 1992. Right. So, and then there are quite a few flights into SeaTac.
So when those flights come into SeaTac, are they going up and over Alaska to get down here?
Yes.
They are, okay.
They don't stop in Alaska, but the route, it's like that.
Right.
Yes.
But I used to live in Anchorage, and I remember seeing your guys' planes parked out there on the runway. They don't stop to fuel or cargo?
I believe that would be the cargo plane.
Gotcha.
Used to be a big cargo plane going there.
Right. Yeah. So how did you hear about your job there, and when did you apply and get hired?
Actually, I'm new hire. I'm new still.
I'm
still new to the company because I guess I had to go back a little bit just to fill up the gaps in the story.
Go for it.
So I mentioned that my wife's from Russia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So at some point we decided to we went to Taiwan first a little bit to see because she'd never been there. Mm-hmm. And we went to Russia afterwards.
So how long were you in Taiwan before you went to Russia?
Not very long.
Oh, so you didn't work or anything?
Not really. No,
okay.
Not that time, right?
Right.
So we went to Russia just to take a look and everything. Yeah, and that was a big change in our life.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
because
huge.
due to personal reasons, right? And she, unfortunately, due to her health, I would say, just like that, we ended up staying in Russia for a bit too long. Right. And until just recently, just last year, we finally, decided, we were able to, I would say, thankfully, we're able to come back here.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I started looking for a job, and I got this position here pretty soon afterwards.
Nice.
So I started working September only last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And because you have that background in, is it aerospace management?
Aviation.
Aviation management. So you're able to actually use some of the stuff you learned at SIU for this new job?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
And I just want to those of you who are interested into aviation, there are really two big fields. One is like this, what I did, aviation management. The core is really how the whole system runs, how airlines run, airports, everything. Right? Mm-hmm. And the other field, the other side, it's the aerospace. That's more technical.
Right.
So if you want to look into, be they call it the A&P, airframe and power planes, which we offer as SELF, right? So that's the most basic certificate you can get,
right?
And if you get that, you can basically work on the real plane, right, as a mechanic. Mm-hmm. That is something really cool too. I would have done that.
Right.
I was thinking actually to do that, right?
And those positions are usually in demand, right? And
yes.
They pay well.
Yes.
So yeah,
especially
think about it.
Aerospace part, yes. Mm-hmm. You can work for Boeing,
right?
Airbus, right? Those are really in high demand because you need people to service the plane, to develop, those engines.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're interested in aerospace, aviation, it's hard to beat Seattle, really. We have hundreds of aerospace companies in and around the city and in the region.
Right.
So lots of opportunity. And from what I understand, it's a workforce that is aging, and a lot of the people that have been in those positions are getting ready to retire. So there's a lot of new positions opening up for people that are coming in that are younger. So Seattle's a great place to come, get some experience, maybe someday down the road work in the area. So yeah, think about it.
Yes.
But aviation management is a degree that I don't, I've been doing recruiting now for 3.5 years. I don't think I've had one person ask me about that as a career path. Aviation management, when you say you manage, are you talking about like coordinating flights around the world? Are you talking about running an airport? I mean, what kinds of things does someone in that position do?
Aviation management is really broad and vague.
Okay.
And to be honest, it's kind of, some people say it's kind of one of those useless degrees. But depends. I'm just really interested in this field. And I'm glad I learned, because we learn everything from how the airline runs, including dispatch. How to dispatch planes, right? To how you consider your load factors. You apply specific aircraft to specific route, depends on the aircraft's specs,
right?
And how many passengers is there, the market and everything, right? Two, we learned about maintenance.
Sure.
So every plane has to go through maintenance, big and small. There are different checks, right? They call A, B, C, D, and so on. And
check
all
the oil.
Right, from the simple thing just to visually check, okay, everything's fine, no scratch. To where they take apart the whole plane basically to the little screws to inspect and do everything, and then put it back together. Right. So we learn all those. We learn about the legal aspect in aviation, labor relations, to how the airport runs.
Right.
For example, in SeaTac, right, there's a thing, maybe if you live near SeaTac, airplanes are really loud. So there's a thing called the noise abatement. So we also learned that. For example, if you live in those zones, you might be able to ask the local government for reimbursement for something, for double pane, triple pane windows, for air purifier, for example. So all those things are just part of the whole industry. And all those are really interesting.
That is really interesting.
You can, be any part of this. Right? So I'm using it I'm a little guy in the office here, but we are looking into more on market analysis. We're looking at make sure our plans are full, how to do that, right? And if we are going to a new market, for example, EVA is starting a new Taipei DC route this summer, I think.
Direct?
Yes, direct flight.
Dang.
Right, to Washington Dulles.
That's a long flight.
So we have, to see, how many potential passengers will be there? Are there that many people who will go to Asia, right? And maybe government people on business, on anything, right?
Because you could have the plane full going one way, but then not many people going the other way. I remember... You might do
that, yes.
During COVID, it was possible if you flew to the United States... You could be on a plane with a lot of people, but then be hardly anybody coming back.
Okay,
or maybe it was opposite. I don't remember, but maybe you would be on a plane and there'd only be 8 people on the whole plane. It's really interesting stuff.
Yes. And I don't mind if I can share more.
Please, I'm really interested in this. So
for example,
if you guys aren't interested, too bad for you. You got to listen.
I'm sure there are a few people who
I'm sure there are a few people.
Aviation, right? Maybe something to do with airplanes and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. On a plane where airlines make money.
Yeah.
There are 2 places, at the front and in the bottom. So I'm talking about first class, business class passengers.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And cargo.
Cargo's big.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes the economy seats, they are important too. They're just filling up the cents and dollars, right?
Yeah.
But the big chunk of money comes from the passengers at the front paying full price for first or business class. And the cargo. Sometimes they can be really valuable cargoes, right? Like, for example, Taiwan right now, we produce a lot of the chips, semiconductors, right? They're really high value cargo. Maybe some other thing, pharmaceutical things, or fancy vegetables from Japan.
Right.
I've seen those very expensive pairs of things, right? So as long as those things, you're making money from those, right? Sometimes you may see the cabinet's really empty, just a few passengers, but they might be still making money.
Cargo's full. Right. Yeah. Interesting.
Yes.
Do you go out and generate... Is that part of your job to go out and generate business for cargo, or is your focus more on passengers?
The passenger.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
We had him come visit us and talk to us about some of the things they offer, because we, as recruiters, we travel quite a bit.
Right.
I'm not on... you guys don't fly really where I go. You don't go to Latin America, right?
No.
Yeah.
But we do have, we call the interline partners. So... I don't know if any of them for example, Delta, maybe Delta flies to South America.
Yes, they do.
Right, so you can maybe, I'm sorry, not Delta, United.
No, United does, yeah.
United,
American
right,
does,
right,
yeah.
Right. We are different airlines. Right?
Gotcha.
But you can do on one ticket, maybe from, if you happen to be traveling from Asia, right, from Taiwan, you can stop by any of our, from Seattle, at San Francisco, LA, and then going further to some other places.
Do you guys have any flights from Seattle to Hawaii?
Seattle to Hawaii, not on EVA planes.
Okay,
right?
Gotcha.
But our partner airlines.
Got your partner airlines, right. So I have a couple of good friends who work for Delta, have for a long time, and they get these great flight benefits. Yes. They can jump on a plane or whatever. Right. Will you, I mean, maybe you're so new that you don't have it now, but down the road, will you have that same kind of benefit?
Yes, I will. Yeah. Right. Yes. I think that's one of the best benefits.
One of the best benefits.
Right. Anyone working in the airline industry, right?
Right.
You get discounted tickets for really cheap. And also, if you fly on other airlines planes, you also can get discount tickets. It's called the Z ticket, ZED.
Okay.
Right. Zonal employee discount. Right. So I have some friends who are flight attendants for Delta.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they've been working there a long time. So they travel everywhere.
Yeah.
They're sending photos. Oh, I'm in Vietnam today. Tomorrow I'm in Europe.
Right. And the longer you work there, the better it gets.
Yes,
you don't get bumped or whatever. So,
right. So I will be getting that. Right.
Sooner or later. No, that's really cool. And is your wife working in the United States yet? Or has she found work as well?
She had. But
nice.
Now she's not working.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Well, good luck to her. Very cool. We're at the point of the show now where I have to start wrapping it up. Usually there's a couple things I do at the end. You're an alumni, so I have to go to maybe your words of wisdom that you would give to parents or students, those last parting thoughts. It's like, you've been through the process. You've been an exchange student. You've been community college student. You've been at four-year university. I mean, you've gone through the whole thing. What have you learned, or what's the main nugget of information you would share?
That's the heavy
one.
Right, yes.
All right.
Well, there is so much.
I know, right?
Because I just like to say, all of us has our life story, our journey. Yes, and it's all unique. And I hopefully you got a little glimpse who I am just from this interview.
For sure.
And I will really say, be who you are, right? And the number one thing I want to tell everybody who would like to come here to study, to live, to work, maybe, and just to see, is be grateful for everything.
Yeah.
Especially, I coming from Russia, right? That's what a country.
Yeah.
It's just, it made me appreciate everything, right? Just even be able to talk with you,
right,
freely and everything, and just to enjoy the society without fear of any discrimination or anything.
Right.
Just these things, just appreciate what is given you. Maybe you have this opportunity to study here. Maybe you have this opportunity to work in a certain field, in a certain company, right? Maybe you got the scholarship. Or maybe you were given this talent that you're really good at something, right? Or this person's really good at something else, right? Think about why you were given those, or people who you met, right? And just think how you can make that thing better, and to, in a way, kind of give back, just by doing something really good, and make yourself a nice person. And you kind of making those around you, people or environment or everything, the whole world, right? By doing that, you make the whole world actually slightly better. That's, I guess, all this year my philosophy. I'm trying to kind of be a humble person, be thankful, and just making people happy. Because when I become an actualized person, right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Sure.
Management. I think that's really where we should strive to be. I think, at least for me at this point in time, and think how I can give back, right? So I'm really glad I can come back here, talk to you, sharing all this information. Just really use the skills that's given you. Don't do drugs. Don't smoke. Don't drink. Right? It's a really basic thing, but it's actually, if you think about that, right? Just because this world right now, it's kind of crazy. And,
it is a little crazy.
Just we need to keep who we are and keep the nice person inside. Right. And be adventurous, I guess. I know that not all of us, I'm an introvert by nature. After this, I'll be tired. Right.
We let you go.
But be adventurous. Sometimes jump onto the opportunity, right? Don't be scared. I know it can be scary sometimes.
It can be very scary.
You know, to speak another language, to try something for the first time or be the first, always, right? But have this courage, this spirit of pioneering, right? Adventurous spirit. And you will learn a lot. And be patient.
I agree.
Yes.
That's all great gold wisdom, guys. So listen to it twice at least, and make notes.
Those it's nothing really new. I'm sure
it's nothing new, but good to remember.
Yes.
Yeah, really good stuff. Well, I sure appreciate you taking time out of your day to come down here. We love having alumni come back and visit us again. It's so great to have you. Please, anytime you want to stop by, we love to have you. And those guys worked with you. I mean, this was before my time, but they love to have you down here.
It's so nice to see them.
Yeah.
Old friends. Yeah.
For sure.
Yes.
And thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate your time. Thanks for coming by every Wednesday right here on Seattle College's Conversations With. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're almost to 100,000 subscribers. You can tell all your family, all your friends, have them subscribe. You can get us over the line.
Your cats and dogs, birds.
Yes.
Right.
Everybody.
Right. Thank you.
So close. So thanks again. Enjoy your weekend. Are you going to watch by the time you see this, the game will already be over, but this weekend is the Super Bowl.
Right, yes. But unfortunately, I'm not really into football. I will pay attention to, who won.
Sure.
So I know if I should speak to, watch my attitude.
Right. So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, in American football, not European football, in American football, we have teams in the NFL. It's the National Football League. This year, the Super Bowl is the biggest end game, the very last game for the championship, and our city, the Seahawks, are playing. So we're very excited.
It's the first time.
Very proud. It's not the first time. It's, I think, the second time that they've been. Yeah. And we're playing a team from the East Coast, so we're excited. Hopefully we'll win. Even if you're not into football, like I'm not super into football, but there's a lot of excitement as you just walk around. Right. Like I saw a flag flying on one of the big buildings today as I drove into town.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if, coming to work on Monday, if I see everybody's happy,
you'll know.
Or if everybody's
everybody's calling in sick on Monday. It's like, we're so depressed. Right. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Right.
We're favored to win, so inshallah, that'll be great.
Okay, cool.
Great. All right, Michael, take care. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Conversations With is painstakingly crafted for you by the Seattle College's International Programs Department and supported by the lovely folks here on our campus. This show is produced and edited by me, Evan Franulovich. We welcome your emails and questions about coming to Seattle Colleges. Please reach out to us via our website or just give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, as this helps others discover the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube at Seattle Colleges INTL. That's Seattle Colleges INTL. And be sure to check out all of the shows here on Conversations With. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.